Hi, my name is Annette Sarkissian, and I'm going to be your distance teacher for biology this year. And I'm very excited about it. Biology is one of my favorite subjects. It's what I majored in college or university. And I've been teaching for the last 10 years and for about the last 7 at Western Christian Academy. I wanted to get us off to a great start, so I wanted to highlight a few things that we're going to be learning. Of course, we're going to be learning about all living things, living systems, and we're going to be going through cells, and then after that, we'll be looking at different organisms and plants and the way different things interact inside of our bodies, inside of the cells, and it will be a lot of fun. However, there is a requirement in terms of 1 experiment per unit. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit because that is something that often causes students to get behind, and I don't want you to fall behind. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look at the experiments available to do at the beginning of each unit. It needs to be a hands-on experiment, not a written report or virtual project. So those are not options. So among the hands-on experiments, you want to choose one, and you want to make sure that you get the materials that you need ahead of time. So you want to look at that right off the bat and make a supplies list and get those. A lot of times you can get supplies at a local hardware store or even in your own pantry, but some things you will need. For example, in units 2 and 3, you probably would do well to have access to a good microscope. Either you want to buy one, or maybe you can find a friend that will let you borrow one. Sometimes schools will let you come and use theirs, but that is not a given. But I would look into that because they are a little bit expensive to purchase, but often you can find a way around that. But there will be some microscope slides to purchase as well, depending on what experiment you choose to do. So make sure that you do that ahead of time. Another heads up is that there are 2 experiments, one in Unit 3 and one in Unit 7, that take over 48 hours to complete. So keep that in mind before you start those, especially in Unit 7. You want to start your experiment at the very beginning of the unit because you'll be growing plants, and plants take time to grow. So you want to make sure that you start that right away. I also want to go over some other things about the experiment. Number 1 is that I expect a full experimental write-up, not just answering the questions as you complete the experiment. What does that mean? That means that I expect you to have these 6 parts to your experiment. Purpose, why am I doing this? You should have a sense of why you're looking into or investigating a certain whether it's cells, looking at cells so that you better understand them, or investigating the process by which water is absorbed into a cell. Then you need a hypothesis. That's your educated guess as to what's going to happen in the experiment. Sometimes in biology, these are just observations. So if that's the case, you can just say, my hypothesis is that I'm going to observe everything that I need to see. So it doesn't have to be something, sometimes you're not actually proving something in biology, you're just observing. But include it anyways because I will be looking for that. Your materials, what did you use? What did you come up with that you could use? How did you use it? Procedure. Here I want you to outline exactly what you did. Now sometimes the instructions are provided for you in the actual lesson, but you still need to type those out. And you need to tell me exactly what you did because that's not always exactly what you're told to do. And this is just good science. Writing everything up that you do is what every good scientist does, and I want you to practice that. It might seem tedious, especially if you followed the instructions to the letter of exactly what it said. Nevertheless, I want you to include that, and that'll be worth some points as well. Your results, what did you see? Now, sometimes this is going to be a drawing. In that case, you need to take a picture of the drawing and attach it. And then your conclusion, that's where you answer the questions that are asked in the experiment or project. And you tell me what you learned from doing the experiment or project. Now, so as part of this process, If you need to do a drawing, you need to attach a picture of the drawing. If not, you need to attach a picture of the materials or of you doing the experiment so that I know that you actually did it. And in that vein, this is how it's going to be graded. Without a photo, I will not grade it at all. I will just reassign it so that you can attach a photo so that I know that you did the experiment. Hypothesis is worth 15 points. Procedure 15, results 25, formatting 5 points, and discussion or conclusion and answering the questions 20 points. So you can see that you need to include all of these to get a good grade on your experiment. So make sure to include that. Also, if you have trouble understanding some of the concepts, whether it's in genetics, some understanding how chromosomes work and how crosses and breeding works sometimes gets people confused, or if it's anything at all, just message me. I'd be happy to call you and talk it over with you. It's great if you can download Skype, because then we can talk face to face, or if you don't want me to see your face, at least you can see mine, and it makes it easier for you to follow me. Okay, so if you could do that, that would be great. But I'm basically a click away. I'm here to help you, and you can contact me various ways: email, Skype. You can call me or text me, and the best way is through the Ignitia message system. Go over your answers on tests and quizzes if you get them wrong. Make sure you know why. If you don't, click that help button and ask me, and I'll be happy to answer you. I look forward to our year together, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks. Bye.